Back, you're watching Business Today on KTN News, the only name in business. Now, once you have eaten your mango fruit or avocado, you would simply throw the peels and the seed into the dustbin. Picture this. Did you know that those peels are being used by agro-innovators to make organic fertilizers and animal feeds? Well, I had a session in a Juja farm with Ecodudu Limited team on this week's episode of The Innovator, and I found this story. Take a look. Organic farming has been poised to be the best solution to manage agricultural growth in Kenya. However, the influx of expensive and toxic fertilizers still infiltrates the market, which leaves farmers with few and unsustainable access to organic soil additives. Young innovators in agriculture came together and formed Ecodudu Limited, an agro-based startup that uses mango and avocado fruit wastes to make fertilizer and animal feed.
Ecodudu is a waste-to-value startup that recycles organic waste using the black soldier fly. The inspiration behind it is the issue. I used to work in the animal feed sector, and I saw firsthand the issue of protein deficiency, especially within the supply chain of the animal feed sector. And I started looking out at possible alternatives to solve this problem. And insect protein actually fitted perfectly into helping solve this problem.
This heap here is a collection of mango and avocado wastes collected from juice manufacturers, fruit processors, and a few from open-air markets. But to think that animal feed and fertilizers can come out of this is a puzzling idea that perhaps may need an illustration. And the team here gave KTN Business Unlimited access to capture the details, process from start to finish. We started with the black soldier flies plant, insects that are key in the eating of the mango wastes. Here, the eggs are first laid.
This is a love cage. As you can see, it's covered by a net. Inside the net is where we put the pupae, and the pupae will emerge as insects. Once the insects emerge, they're going to lay eggs. Inside here, you find that we've put a tractant and some pipes. And in between the pipes, there are crevices where the insect will lay eggs. After laying eggs, we'll harvest. And once we've harvested them, we place them in a mixture of bran and water. And that's when the egg will hatch into larvae. This stage, the insect only drinks water, doesn't feed on anything.
The insects have a lifespan of just 7 days, after which they morph into the pupa stage. After that, they are taken to the decomposition unit.
Once we get our larvae, our eggs hatch in the warehouse, we bring them here in the greenhouse. After 5 days, we feed them basically on bran mixed with water, and that's what we have here. You can see they've grown in size. So this is the first feeding we do. So they'll feed on this bran for about 3 days. Then after that, we'll do a second feeding using our waste, either avocado waste or mango waste. We'll continue like that, feeding. Once each and every feed is finished, we separate them. We get the waste that comes out is used as our compost manure, which we are also able to sell to our farmers. It is very organic, no chemicals in it. Once the larvae are ready, we do dry them, sell them to animal feed manufacturers. The next one, we give them to people who have poultry, pigs, and also fish farmers. These ones have completely finished their feeding. So at this stage, even if you give them more food, they'll not feed. They only feed for 12 days, and that's it. So at this point, this is what you can directly feed them to your chicken. And at this point, we dry them and then sell them to our animal feed manufacturers. Yes. And at this point, when you leave them for some time, this is the last level insta. After this, they'll turn into pupa, which is here. They'll pupate. You can see they're really dark.
Okay.
So this is the pupa stage, and this is what will now go and leave it as our colony.
Okay.
We put them in the nets, the love cages, and then they emerge.
After the sorting and processing, we have twin final products, animal feed and fertilizer, ready for use by both micro and macro agricultural practitioners.
This is our final product. It's called Dudu Meal. The larvae, once they are dry, they have a high percentage of protein, over 45%, and 36% fat content. So once dried like this, you can just feed them directly to your poultry, pigs, and also fish. They have, due to the high content of protein, you find that the poultry and also the other animals, they grow very fast, and their weight is also increased. So this is our shamba mix. It's our final organic fertilizer product. As you can see, it is a very fine frass. So we've done lab tests, and the analysis is very great. They have very high content, very optimum levels of nitrogen, phosphorus, and all the other essential nutrients. So this one, our major market is horticultural farmers, and also those who plant vegetables and fruits. For example, when you're doing your transplants from seedbed, when you use these fertilizer, they come out very strong and healthy right from the word go.
Brian George Otieno, The Innovator, KTN News. Too. However, how exactly will the aviation sector normalize? KTN's Noah Kipkemboy had